Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing my first movie review and I'm going to do it on the Leprechaun series. I've got I think maybe 600 DVDs and I love watching movies, especially horror movies, so I figured I should probably do some reviews on some of them. They're not going to be very good though, I'm going to warn you now, because I don't have any editing software and I don't really have any music or anything to go with them, but maybe I can sort something out in later reviews. But for now it's gonna look like this, but if you really want to know about the movie then I'm here to talk to you about it. So Leprechaun 1, I have 1 through 5. I have 1 through In the Hood basically, so those are the ones we're going to go through today because I don't have Back to the Hood. That's the only one I don't have. It's the only one I haven't seen as well, but whatever. Okay, so Leprechaun 1. I think this is the only one that you should see. This is a good movie. I don't understand why people keep slagging it off. I really don't. It's got Jennifer Aniston in it. Look, she was young. This is pre-Brad Pitt we're talking about. She was good in this. Really? But yeah, it's got the awesome Warwick Davis. We love him. He's brilliant. I think he should get so many more movie deals and film roles. I mean, come on, it's literally Star Wars and Willow, that's it, and this. But not everyone even has seen these movies. They never even mention this. This is the first thing I think of when I think of Warwick Davis. Not Wicket, Leprechaun. I don't know why I pointed at Jennifer Aniston then. But yeah, so basically this starts off in America. I think the whole film's in America, sorry. But it starts off with an Irish couple. An Irish guy comes home to his wife and he has stolen the leprechaun's pot of gold. This is like the first 10 minutes, it's just the opening. And basically the leprechaun has followed him in his suitcase. Why didn't he look there? So yeah, the leprechaun followed him to his home in the middle of nowhere as well. One of those dusty old wooden, swinging door type American houses they love to use in these 90s movies. Yeah, this came out in 93, and yeah, basically so the leprechaun shows up at his house and demands to have his gold back, which is pretty much all you're going to hear for the rest of the movie. I want me gold! That's pretty much it. And yeah, so the guy refuses to give him his gold back and he locks him in a crate. Well, he just puts him in a crate and then keeps him in there by putting a 4-leaf clover on there, because 4-leaf clover is like fucking kryptonite to these leprechauns apparently. I never knew this. This is valuable information. If you ever see a leprechaun, 4-leaf clover. You probably won't find one ever in your life, but just in case you do. Kryptonite, remember that. So yeah, I've forgotten what I was saying. Yeah, okay, so it cuts from there, that's pretty much it, and then the leprechaun's in the crate and the guy has a heart attack right as he's nailing him in. What awesome timing! So yeah, then we cut to 10 years later and Jennifer Aniston and her dad are moving into this house. This house has been abandoned since this event. I don't understand why they're moving into that house. They never actually explain that, but they do. And funnily enough, when they get there, there is a crew of 3 guys, well 2 guys and a kid. One of them is Francis from the Pee Wee Herman movies. The other guy looks like Kevin Bacon, only hotter, but I do like Kevin Bacon. And the little kid from Mr. Nanny. And they're called 3 Guys That Paint, and that's actually quite cool. It's quite a good play on words. But yeah, they're just painting the house randomly. I mean, it's been abandoned for 10 years and now all of a sudden they're painting it just because the Jennifer Aniston and her dad moving in there. I don't even think they're going to be there for that long. I don't know why they're there. It doesn't say. But they're there. And there happens to be a leprechaun in their basement. And guess what happens, people? Oh my god. The leprechaun gets out. Yeah, the big guy. I'm going to call him I think his name's Ozzy in the movie. It's, I'll just find it out actually, just in case. Yeah, it's Ozzy, Alex and Nathan, 3 Guys That Paint. And they let the leprechaun out. But first they find his gold. As you do. Yeah, they basically, it's really sunny, there's no clouds in the sky, but there happens to be a rainbow whilst they're painting, and they follow the rainbow and it leads to a car and the gold's in there. That's where the previous Irish guy hid the gold. So basically they find the gold. Ozzy swallows one of the pieces, as you do. I don't know why he had it in his mouth, but he did, and he swallowed it. And then havoc breaks loose as one of them swipes the four-leaf clover off the crate. The leprechaun breaks out, and then the whole movie is basically sort of leprechaun puns. You know, silly little Irish puns that aren't funny, but I guess if you're a kid you'd find it. When I was a kid, I loved this movie. I was born in '86, so when this movie came out I was 7. I probably saw it around sort of the age of 9. I watched a lot of horror films as a kid. I loved them, and I found this film hilarious, and it's brilliant, and it really is. And the worst thing is though, is that I know we're doing a series here, the worst thing is that this movie is funny, but it's the most serious one out of the whole series. That should probably put you off watching any of the other ones. I bought these for like £5. I never spend more than a £5 on films like this, especially if I watched them a lot as a kid, because you do know them. When someone tells you about them, you can pretty much play the whole movie in your head. You shouldn't be spending more than that on things like this, unless you really, really love them, or they're like a collector's edition, or limited, or whatever. There's something really special about them. Maybe they're really hard to get hold of. But this is just a generic DVD. But I do love the fact that I'm a bit of a geek when it comes to this stuff, and you'll see when I do a review on Friday the 13th series, they all have the same cover. I like having the same series. And I've done it with my South Parks actually, and I refuse to buy season 14 yet because it doesn't come in the spine that I have. But when it does, I will. Yeah, anyway, back to Leprechaun. So yeah, the whole movie from that point is basically him kind of scaring them. There's not much attacking of anyone. It's mainly watching their reactions to being scared of them. And I think at some point in the movie they do that silly thing where they try and be self-aware. When a movie tries to be self-aware, they either do it 2 ways. They either mention the title in the movie, or they take the piss out of whatever it is. Like, I think she says something like, whoa, what is it, a fucking leprechaun, or something like that. Something stupid. Or she says something, I think the leprechaun bangs on the door and she says something like, oh, that clearly wasn't no fucking bear, or something like that, and they try and be cool, and it just doesn't work. But I must admit, Jennifer Aniston's acting in this is pretty good. I think she does a good enough job of being believably scared, and, you know, acknowledging that this is not normal. I think that's a problem that a lot of B movies have, is that they don't acknowledge that the stuff that's happening is not normal. This is why I like British movies a lot, especially, like, a good example of this is Shaun of the Dead. Okay, if you compare Dawn of the Dead and Shaun of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead is a very Hollywood reaction, and this is obviously, you know, this could be very normal for American people. If anyone in American that's going to watch this, if anyone does watch this, it's getting quite long, this review. But it's I like when they're very British reactions to things, very real reactions. Like when they burst through the door in Shaun of the Dead and he's going, oh, he's got an arm off. That's something that just someone would say if you were in that situation. Because you don't know what you're going to do in that situation. You don't know what you're going to do if there's a fucking leprechaun at your door. You know, but you'd probably be more hysterical than what a lot of these people in these movies are. But I think I'm going to wrap this up here because there's not really much else to say about Leprechaun. This is already 8.5 minutes long, so I'll probably do the rest of them in a separate review. This is just number 1. Check this movie. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Check this movie out. It's very, very good as far as I'm concerned, and I've seen a lot of shit in my time. In fact, I have a special place in my wardrobe for shitty movies that were made in the last few years, and this is made like almost 20 years ago. It's definitely worth a £5. I'm going to stop it there.